Well, first tonight, how youth workers are tackling drugs and violence that have blighted parts of Leicester city centre. An outreach patrol is offering support to both potential victims and to troublemakers. Police believe they've had some really positive results and that it's led to a sharp improvement in the city's crime hotspots. Our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball reports.
Clifton and Iftkar are looking for trouble. They're here to nip it in the bud.
Exactly that.
They're soon interrupted when Kane stops for a chat. He's given some safety advice.
They're not messing about, are they?
No, they're not messing about. In New Parks, I've had knives to my throat, I've had hammers to my kneecaps, I'm walking past Braunston Park and then randomly two people come over. Next thing I know, I'm on the floor, broken nose.
What is the answer to that then?
Then, as they speak to two college students...
Yeah, what I said anyway.
This man appears, slurring his words, carrying a bottle of wine.
Don't let me see you like this again.
I think it was a good chat. It de-escalated the situation because he was causing a bit of a nuisance, and that's what they do really, de-escalate situations.
He taught us how to stay away from violence. He told us a story about how his own friends, they were on violence and he tried to pull them away.
Tackling violence and vandalism here at the bus station identified an instigator with mental health problems, so Clifton and his colleagues offered her support.
We found that there was a lot going on at home. We have encouraged those reflective conversations with her, and what that's led to is positive change. She's now employed, she's sought mental health support, and she comes back to our team every now and then and just gives us an update on how she's doing whenever she's passing through the city.
It's how you approach the young person, right? You right, Beth?
I want to join you.
Yeah, you can join if you want to, but if you're around bad behaviour all the time, right, you learn that, don't you? Yeah. I can smell something.
That's what's nice.
Then these boys arrived at the clock tower with a strong whiff of cannabis. They're offered advice on substance misuse and college courses too.
You're 13 and you're out on the street smoking weed.
This boy was smoking a joint. He tells them his brother's been stabbed.
Pay one of these.
They give him a contact number and offer to speak to his school.
You get what I'm trying to show you, right? This stabbing and killing each other, it's no good. Yeah. I'm not talking down at him, but I'm making him realise I'm not your friend. If anything, I'm your father, right? There's a difference.
When he was messing around.
This market trader says kids used to cause havoc and people slept rough under her stall. Iftkar found a hostel for another woman who was begging and who'd been exploited for sex.
She didn't have no money, nowhere to stay. There she's a lot more happier. She's found work. She's not living there anymore. She's found her accommodation. I feel really happy about that.
The police are happy too. They say crime reports have dropped sharply in the hotspots the team's targeting.
Sometimes victims are offenders at later points in their lives. So ultimately, it's going to an area, identifying the people of greatest need. People might not be as willing to open up with the police and tell them their life story as to why they're in that situation.
No, but don't be doing that. You shouldn't even be having it in your mouth like that.
We just saw a lad cycle past with a big joint in his hand. What do you do about that?
You just challenge them, because if they don't challenge that behaviour, right, it's just going to be anarchy. It's going to be all right for them to draw a knife on you. It's going to be all right for them to do this, because it just grows and it grows. Yeah?
Clifton's only 3 years from retirement, but still has a huge influence on a younger generation by showing them respect, he says, and demanding it back in return. Jeremy Ball, BBC's Midlands Today, Leicester.